Space. The final frontier. These are the voyages of the starship Solidarity. Its mission? To chart the uncharted. To learn, to seek, to discover, to step into the unknown, side by side, united as one.
I don't know what days are anymore.
I don't either, but I know we're live.
Oh, hey everybody. Hi everybody and welcome to Star Trek USS Solidarity. I'm Ryan. I will be your game master for this amazing crew that we got going on here. Let's go ahead and start off with our captain's log.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Hey, you volunteered. Yeah, I tried to pass it off, and you volunteered.
Also, you spring that we're live. Ryan springs the captain's log.
It's cool. Like butts and stuff. Captain's log supplemental again. I don't think we're ever leaving this place. So finally might be where I finally die. You know, of boredom. But it's been interesting. I don't know what's going on. But I have a feeling we're gonna find out something. Something's ball's got to drop here any minute now, and then maybe we can head over to that resort that was open. What the hell? Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
All right. Amazing captain's log as always. So, let's go around and introduce who you are and who you will be playing. And we will start this time with the captain.
Ah, okay. So this is what I thought we were doing when he sprang the log on me. So I thought we were starting with introductions.
Hey, it's been a while.
It's been a minute since, any of us have done anything like this. So hey, bear with us. I'm Maddie, aka So Many Games. I use he, him pronouns, and I play Captain Eben Stoddy, who's a Betazoid very much modeled after the one great Loxana Troy. Yes. Okay. Majel Barrett, please rest in peace. I love you. And yeah. I'm the unconventional captain who likes to tear off his midriff.
Yes, the Stoddy maneuver.
It's got a name. It's cool. Let's tear off.
And next, unfortunately, our number 2 couldn't make it tonight, but
number 1.
Hopefully, or number 1 couldn't make it tonight. So hopefully he will be back next episode. So we are next going to go over to Lieutenant Commander Marat.
Hello, I go by Ulfrig on the interwebs. I use she and they pronouns. I am playing the Chief of Engineering, the Klingon permanent transfer Lieutenant Commander Morak, who uses they and he pronouns.
All right. And next, thank you, Ulfric. Next, we will go over to Dana.
Hi, everybody. I'm Dana. I use she, they pronouns as well, and tonight I'm playing Lieutenant Hera Noor, your friendly local Vorta, like Chief Helms Officer, and she uses she, her pronouns.
Mm-hmm. And finally, the glue that holds this crew together. Jay.
No pressure. Hi, lovelies. I'm Jay or Barda. I go by, I use she, her pronouns, and I am playing the Betazoid counselor, opposite of our captains Loxana. I am like the Deanna, Tila Annette. And good God, why?
Why is right. So following the encounter with the space-altering entity, the USS Solidarity was given leave to go to the one place in the Shackleton Expanse that is set up for shore leave. The captain wasn't taking no for an answer. He was going to take his crew on a shore leave. When they arrived there, they were anxiously greeted. They were almost needily, almost like they were so happy to see them and actually have somebody there. It was agreed upon that the crew would be beamed down in small groups, each with their own tour guide, to show them around, and then they would be released to enjoy the pleasures that had been set up on this planet. During said tour with the captain and Lieutenant Hera and Lieutenant Commander Dell began getting an odd feeling. Something just didn't sit right with them. The people were acting weird. They seemed to be of one mind until it was mentioned to them that they were of one mind. And then they were no longer of one mind. The resort that the captain so desperately wants to go to was told to them that it wasn't open. But then when the captain mentioned he wanted to go there, it was suddenly a hopping place. During their tour up the volcano, the power went down, and I'm gonna skip all the active action sequences that happened in there, but safe to say that the crew experienced quite a setback and quite a bit of questioning when the power went down, and so did the people. This began an investigation. The captain, demanding the truth, was given an honest, at least to the person giving it, answer that they don't know what was going on. Lieutenant Hera, on the other hand, was a little more suspicious and decided to sneak off to where they had discovered some conduits running into the center of the atrium of the station. Am I forgetting something important, Maddie? Oh, I thought you were saying, wait.
No, I was just remembering something. Never mind.
Okay.
You're good.
Lieutenant Hera decided to break the window and get in, and followed a set of electrical conduits, I guess, almost like roots that had energy running through them, back to a center plant that was massive in the center of this atrium. Now, it has been a month and a half since we played. Am I forgetting anything?
Possibly, but I don't remember it either.
Pork scanned the people,
Mm-hmm.
and they had an extra enzyme. There we go.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes, there seems to be an extra enzyme within the people that can't be identified. That is very important. So, if I remember correctly, Lieutenant Commander Maroc, Ensign Tia, and the captain and the number one are still talking to the head of the station.
Something like that, yeah.
Lieutenant Hera, you have shot your way into the center atrium after not finding a accessible route, and have followed these routes to this massive tree that seems to glow in parts, that seem to have electrical currents surging through it, not towards the tree, but out the roots. Is there anything you would like to do now?
Hera didn't think this far. Not that she would ever admit that. She just wanted to see what the big hullabaloo about this tree was. And if I recall, Hera doesn't have anything aside from her comm badge, if I remember correctly. So, Hera is going to tap her comm badge and reach out to Dr. Hawthorne Beck, and morely just relaying the scans that the number 2 had taken of the central atrium that led Hera to this tree, and just ask them to start sifting through the information to see if there's some kind of either way we could like disturb those electrical currents that are exiting the plant, or like temporarily disable it, because we don't want to harm it, but we just want to possibly give the people on this planet a moment of free will to maybe talk about what's going on.
If I remember correctly, actually, Dana, I think you had already contacted your sister, or not your sister, your other character,
right?
One of the
and
triplets.
They came to the conclusion that there's a higher level of electronic signals within the natural life, but there's no traditional sapient life outside of the crew.
So they already have that data. So are you asking them to try and disrupt that right now?
Yeah.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and get out your other character sheet.
Also, Annabelle and Kitty are still with everybody else, but I'm just going to pull out Beck for now. So
Yep.
This is what I get for making triplets.
What do you want to roll for me? And how is this one's Kitty, right?
Nope, this is Beck.
Beck.
This is my botanist.
How is Beck going to? What type of knowledge is Beck going to use to try and disrupt this? Electrical current? Is it some sort of computer skill? Is it going to be like natural world, or is it going to be xenobiology?
I think it's a toss-up between Xeno and natural world. She's better at Xeno. or they're better at Xeno.
So identifying it as an alien life form.
Specifically especially with their history and their specialty being botany and interrupting electrical currents and or pheromones that like plants emit.
Okay. I'm gonna explain why I asked you whether natural world or xenobiology. If you had chose natural world, I would have given you a penalty die. But since you chose xenobiology, take this information as you will. Roll straight up.
Well, Dana knows nothing, so Dana is just going to roll and not think about it too hard. Please don't ask me to think too hard. I'm in school. That is a 17 under 70.
Whoa. Whoa. Almost an extreme success. Right?
Yeah, almost 3 off.
3 off. You want to spend those 3?
Mm.
Oh yeah, they've got all their luck. Let's do it.
All right. So you spend 3 luck and you make it an extreme success. And I mean shortly after you make that request of Beck, you see a shimmer go around the tree. And you see immediately the electrical pulses that were running. They're hitting where the barrier's at and not going beyond that. Stoddy and the rest of the crew. As you're sitting there trying to discuss this with crap, I can't remember his name now. The power immediately goes out throughout the station.
Again.
And every one of the crew
Leland.
crumples. Leland, that's right. Crumples.
They just collapse.
Are they okay?
You can roll a medicine check or a first aid check if you like.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
Oh.
What
Go
kind of
first
check?
aid.
First aid.
Are you both doing first aid?
Let me. Is that our only option? Is first aid?
If you're trying to ascertain their medical condition, is
Okay.
either first aid or medicine.
Oh, okay. So let me see.
Go ahead, Tila. You're probably better suited to this than I am.
I'll roll first aid.
I can assist on. I could try first aid. I don't know.
Oh, frickin' hell, frick.
I mean, there's enough bodies that all of you could go over to the body.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah.
You know.
But
All right, I'll do first aid then.
I busted 75 over 30.
Okay.
Yeah, big fail here too.
I'm gonna pull out.
Would either of you who failed like to push your rolls or spend luck?
Not worth on that one. It's too high.
Ooh, I got 25 under 33.
Okay. With a regular success, and you rolled first aid or medicine?
I rolled first aid.
Okay. With a regular success on first aid, their life signs are stable.
Okay.
They don't appear to have any injuries.
Okay.
They're just asleep.
They're just asleep. Okay. This is totally normal.
And it is completely dark in here.
There's no light coming in from like an exterior source.
You guys have been on the planet enough that it's starting to get later. So I would say it's dim light.
Okay.
And there's also from that center atrium,
Yeah.
and all those jungle plants around it. Those jungle plants, some of them are glowing. and you can actually see a really bright glow from where the tree is at in the center. You can't see the tree,
Uh-huh.
but you can see a very bright glow from beyond it.
So the only illumination we have in space right now is coming from a tree we can't see in the center atrium.
Yes, and a very light, like 6 o'clock at evening during the normal year.
Twilight.
Yeah. And a faint glow coming from some of the other planets
Okay.
in the atrium.
All right. Where's the lieutenant?
Captain, I gave her permission to go that way.
Actually, no, I'm pretty sure Hera snuck off and the only one who saw her was Pork.
Oh, I thought it was Dale.
Nope, it
that
was
saw her.
Pork.
Never mind. I'll shut up.
I
then.
think so.
I thought it was Dell. Okay.
That's right.
It was someone who deemed it not important that they
That's
left.
right. Pork said it was logical.
Oh, yeah. So it was Pork who noticed that Hera is gone.
So you're asking a question that only yourself can answer, Maddie.
See, folks, at home, what I said in chat. Basically, we just RP with ourselves sometimes. Captain, Hera snuck off that way. I deemed it logical. Logical, sure, but where? Thanks, Lieutenant. Great help. Okay. Okay, so that's great. So all of our tour guides are asleep. There's no power. There's a weird glow coming from inside there. And my chief helms officer has disappeared? Something? Study to Hera.
Lieutenant Hera here.
What you doing?
Garnering intel, sir. With the assistance of Dr. Hawthorne, we have interrupted the electrical currents of this large, massive plant in this atrium. Has it done anything? They haven't gotten back to me yet.
Yeah, it's cut out the power of the whole place, and caused all of the tour guides that the people here to fall asleep.
So when they fell asleep earlier, that must have been some kind of electrical hiccup?
Well, yeah, when the power went out, they went out. And so, yeah, you cut the power by whatever. For what was it that you did again? You cut what?
I'm not. It was kind of hard to understand the science talk from Dr. Hawthorne, but I think the TLDR was that they used similar electric current and or pheromones to block the signal from passing any further than it is. It seems to still be carried within the atrium, but it doesn't seem to extend anywhere past that. But it feels kind of gross to have essentially turned everybody off.
God, it does feel gross when you do that, right? Oof, man. It's like a really bad hair day. Yeah. Can we reestablish that current?
Yeah, I'm sure we could ask Dr. Hawthorne to stop the disruptment.
What do we... Okay. Thank you, Lieutenant. Okay. Study to Hawthorne. You know who I'm calling.
Because the other two are standing next to you. Yes, Captain. Yes.
Hey, how you doing?
in the middle of a lot of work, sir. How may I assist you?
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
baby.
that work. So you've please describe this. What you're doing with this current from the tree.
Um, Dana, so when you put that field around that blocks, um, that you felt would block this alien tech,
Mhm.
um, there is a complete power outage in 100-kilometer um, range.
Well, myself and some of the other science staff have put together a force field around the atrium in the center establishment, essentially using a counterbalance of electrical current in order to keep it contained. But it seems to have knocked out all of the power for a very, very massive radius, sir. Like 100 kilometers.
100 kilometers.
It seems to be the extent of the reach of this central plant's nervous system.
Wow. That's awesome.
Plants are amazing, sir.
I know. Okay. So excellent. Okay. I'll want a complete, write up on that and everything. And yeah, we'll definitely want to set aside some time to talk about this like girls at camp. But
Sir, I don't think either of us are girls.
I mean, we can be if we want to be, you know. But
The Hawthorne siblings are just shaking their head as they're having this conversation. They're like,
Yeah.
but that aside, can we, I think we can. This has been a good experiment. Can we cut that force field, please?
Yes, of course, sir. And also, if with your permission, I would like to further delve into the research in that outside of the crew that we have sent down to the planet, there is no other sapient life form. They are all connected in such a way that it is impossible to tell the plant life from the humanoids apart. If I could have permission to look further into this.
Yes, please.
Dr. Hawthorne, just a cursory scan, roll me natural world.
Natural world. Decent at that. 35 under 50.
Okay. Just a cursory scan that I'm assuming you would have done automatically. You're not registering any living thing other than the crew.
Yeah, no sapient life forms
No,
outside of the crew.
Not even living plants.
Oh.
Outside of the crew in that 100-kilometer radius.
Sir, I stand corrected. There's no plant or human life
And
on
the
that
tree.
planet.
Like within your force field, there's living plants.
But now that the power's been cut off.
Within 100 kilometers. Yeah.
Oh. I relay that to the captain.
Wow. Okay.
I'm going to give the power back now, sir.
Yeah. Let's bring this place back to life.
And
You'll be able to do it easy. It's an easy task anyway, and you also rolled an extreme success. So, which I'm going to give you more information from that later, as you research. Because, but as soon as you lift it, the power comes back on. The people start waking up, and for Dr. Hawthorne, you now read the plant life is alive, everything and is alive again. Everything is back up and running as it was when you first arrived here. But we're actually going to go to Hera
That's fair.
because I want Hera to roll me a spot hidden.
Okay. I have her shoot up because that's my baby. Where's my spot hidden? Not as great as I'd like it to be, but it's fine. I'm gonna roll these. The green dice. That is a 19 under 42.
As the force field shimmer, it shimmers for a second and cuts out. You see movement within the plants. And it seems to be roots snaking their way towards you quickly.
They're coming to get you.
I want your first reaction.
Booking it back for the hole I made.
Okay.
Making their way.
Run!
Let's go over to the rest of the crew. What's everybody doing? Incentia, Lieutenant Commander Marak, what would you have been doing during these conversations?
I can't remember, and please refresh my memory, if me and the captain, I think we did we do a read on Leland? I think we were trying to.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you did.
Okay, and I think we found out that there was actually I can't remember. I don't know if we've actually found out that there was some kind of, not interference, but it was, the feelings that we got from him were like of an invasive type, but it wasn't coming from him.
That is correct. Somebody felt the feelings you were getting was like defensive, like there was a entity in his mind that wasn't connected to him but kind of was, and that entity, you got feelings of when you started questioning him, feelings of panic and defensiveness.
Okay. When the people all went down, I would have liked to, in that moment, try to see if I could get a read on them.
While everybody's down, while the power's out and everybody's asleep, you get absolutely no read from them. You can try harder and dig deeper, but your general just beta Z-ness is you're not getting anything from anybody other than the crew.
I'm more curious about when the power comes back on.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I'm more curious about what's going on inside the atrium.
Yeah. Are we aware of? We're aware that there is a giant tree at the center of its core.
I think Dale knew, and I think Hera knew.
Okay.
I don't know about you guys, because I also want to remind you, Incentia, you're holding on to some information.
Yeah.
That still is yet to be relayed, and I think that has kind of distracted you a little bit.
Yeah.
Also, I think Hera did tell the captain that they're standing by a gigantic glowing tree.
Yeah. When
the
just
captain
now,
knows now.
but
Okay.
but I don't think he knew ahead of time.
Time is a weird soup.
Yeah. Time is weird too.
Totally.
Captain, there's gotta be some connection. Well, we know there's obviously something going on between the locals of this place and their environment, but
Yeah.
the feelings I got definitely weren't of the locals' own, in my opinion, their own feelings. Like this was something else. It feels like maybe it's a, I don't know, some kind of species, something else that they're connected to that doesn't like being indentured to them.
Right. Something's being invasive. Um,
Could it be the locals that are invasive?
I
That's
don't.
what I'm thinking.
I don't know, but
As the
maybe-
power
Yeah.
comes back on, your you two's general beta zedness. I don't know how else to put it.
Sure.
The tingles.
You get that that feeling of consciousness waking up all around you, not just from the people. I mean, all around you.
Yeah. I would like to focus in on the atrium and reach out and see what I can sense out there.
Okay. Before you do that,
Yep.
I do want to explain. Both of you. Let me get the character sheet. I would like both of you to make power checks.
Oh. Okay.
Oh no.
As
As
an overwhelming, you guys don't even need to like spend points or anything. It's so powerful. An overwhelming sense of fear and anger rushes over you.
And
40. Okay.
no, go ahead.
41 under 90.
Okay. You're able to center yourself and feel it. What did you get, Maddie?
I failed.
You drop to your knees
Oh my.
as it's overwhelming.
Captain?
Ah,
I like kneel down next to him.
oh my. God.
I'm gonna take it that you're feeling what I'm feeling, and yeah, it is. It's like you can like visibly see like this is physically hurting, starting to like hurt Tila. Like
Lieutenant Commander Marak.
He's pulling out a phaser at that, looking for the enemy.
Now, I asked everybody what they were taking with them on shore leave.
I did not say a phaser, but I did
You
say
did bring
a
your
dagger.
Yeah, your like Klingon dagger.
Yeah, I take out my dagger and look for the enemy.
Well, that's a good thing because I was gonna actually ask you to roll me a spot hidden.
Ooh. Okay, spot hidden.
Oh.
Oh, not a great stat for me. But an amazing roll, 24 under 25.
Nice.
Made it.
As the captain hits his knees and the ensign goes running towards him, you look around for whatever enemy might be causing this,
Mhm.
and you realize all of the people are looking at you,
At me or at the captain?
at the captain. All of them turn as one and start walking towards you.
What's the best avenue of retreat?
Probably emergency transporter. Because you are completely surrounded by
I have to pull out pork.
the people. Pork also has psychic connections, so I'm going to need
Yep.
him to roll that save as well.
Yep. Goodbye, pork.
Oh, okay, just under 35 and a 40.
Woo! Get it, pork.
Um,
Every one of the employees, every one of the tour guides have now turned towards the captain and are walking just calmly towards him. Unblinking, no like personal swaggers to their walk.
Commander.
All very mechanical.
What? How should we proceed, Commander?
Okay, so Ulfric's brain is going, I'm trying to remember if getting exposed to the tree inside the atrium was what did this to the people, if we had figured that out, or if that's random in my brain.
There was a roll that had to be made when Hera entered the atrium.
Mm-hmm.
What that roll did to Hera, you do not know.
Okay.
So metagame, yes, there's probably some controlling factor in there,
but not something that
but
more
Hera
would
saved
know.
it. Yeah. Hera saved it.
How many people are between us and the tree?
How many people are what?
Between us and the tree.
Glass, I think.
You right now, yeah, you'd have to break the glass.
Mm.
Which Hera actually brought a phaser with them.
Did I?
Yeah, that's how you got in.
I thought I found like an
found it.
emergency thing and found a glass cutter.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. You used a glass cutter. That's right. Which this is very strong glass. It would take something like a glass cutter or a phaser.
Because we determined that the toolkits, on like the spare toolkits and stuff like that we found, there would have like like a torch or the cutter,
Yeah.
Mhm.
The plasma cutter.
plasma cutter.
I rolled really well on luck is how that happened.
And your tactical situation. I'll give you your tactical situation. There are countless people walking towards you from one hallway. There's countless people walking towards you from the other hallway where Hera had snuck off to, and there's a wall on other side of you, and there is a glass wall on one side of you that leads into the atrium.
I'm trying to think of a way to avoid beaming us out of here and leaving Hera on her own.
If you're gonna leave anyone on their own, it should be Hera.
Fair.
Hera's fine.
The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the
Or the one.
few, or the one.
Well, the needs of the many here are to apparently tear us limb from limb. So
Is that what
Did-
they're doing, or are they just
like-
approaching in a very creepy manner?
they're approaching in a very creepy manner. Do you want to stick around and find out?
I would not.
Tap the comm badge and call for emergency transport.
Okay.
Is the feeling that took me and the captain down for a little bit, is that feeling still there, or was that just from the initial?
No, it's still there, and you are still able to act.
Okay.
Because you made the save. The captain right now is incapacitated due to the overwhelming power of it.
Well,
Can I? Oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
Can I try to reach out as we see them coming towards us? Can I try to reach out and try to make some type of try to get some type of connection going?
Communication. That's
Yeah.
what you want.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
communication. Thank you. Thank you. The word was
So let's go ahead and first you're gonna have to spend the side points.
Yep.
For making a conversation connection. I believe that was 7, right?
Okay.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was,
For
or no, it was 5. It was 5.
5
Yeah.
sounds right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna need a power roll to see if
Okay.
you can wade through this. Now, before you roll it,
Yeah.
if you fail this roll,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to overwhelm you as well. If you make the roll, you'll be able to reach out, and then there will be other rolls involved.
Okay. All right. That is a 98 over 90. But can I spend luck to push that down?
Yes, because it is not a critical fail. With you having a 90, a critical fail is only 100.
Okay.
If you
thank
critically
God.
fail, you can't.
I'm gonna go ahead and just spend. I'm just gonna spend that 8 on this one because we can't both afford to be out fucking it about.
And you're reaching out to the entity that's overwhelming you, correct?
Yes.
Okay. As you do so, you're able to power. At first, it's overwhelming.
Hmm.
It's just you feel just almost the psychic oppression just building on you and invading your mind, and then you're able to resolve yourself and just push through it.
Hmm.
I am going to charge you some stamina points because it's so difficult of a task.
Yep.
So let's go ahead and use some stamina points right now. 10 of them, please. And then you almost break through to what seems to be a singular entity that all this is emanating from. All these feelings are emanating. Now, tell me what you wanted to say or what you want to communicate. And then I will let you roll like psychology or whatever you want to roll and explain to me why you're choosing it.
Okay.
But Commander Marak has already called for an emergency transport. So
Okay.
you're basically going to get one shot at this, and then you're beamed out.
I'm going to say I know that you're in pain. I know you are infuriated and you feel violated and used. We want to help you. We want to try to understand what's going on. But all this anger, if we can't help you work through it, it might destroy you and everything on this planet. Please let us try to understand you at least.
Give me either a persuade or a psychology roll.
Before she rolls,
Mhm.
can Annabelle, like, is she able in this moment to, like, take notice of what Ensign Tila is doing? Like, can she see her, like, concentrating?
Mhm.
And, like, it's familiar enough at this point to indicate that that means she's probably using her
That's a fair assumption.
So just in this moment, especially with some of the interaction that Annabelle and Tila have had like prior to this during this endeavor, I see Annabelle leaving her sister's side, coming up to the ensign and just putting like a reassuring hand on her shoulder, just like a slight, not a shake, but just like a jostle, and it's like, breathe. Just like trying to be.
Go ahead and take a inspiration die. You have advantage.
Oh yeah.
Diplomat gonna diplomat.
Oh yeah. Thank you, Paul. All right. And I think I'm gonna I'm gonna roll psychology.
Okay.
I'm gonna change up my babies. Sorry, y'all.
They get for fucking you.
Hey, sometimes I gotta go on timeout. I don't like doing it. Makes me say it.
If they rolled better, they wouldn't have to.
When they start
Oh.
rolling like that, they're tired and need a nap.
Yeah, they've been overworked. That's a 83 over 70.
Even with the advantage die?
Oh wait, shit. Oh, where inspiration's what a D? What's one?
Another D, another tens die spot, and
Oh.
you'll take the lower of them.
Oh, yep.
So
It's
the
not.
8.
Yep.
Roll that.
And then. Oh, where's my? This one. Size of fucking baby teeth. Ooh, that puts me at that actually put me at like a 37.
Under what?
70.
Okay, so really close to a hard success.
Yeah.
But not quite. As you all feel the transporter beam hit you and begin to scatter your atoms, you get this sensation, not so much words, not so much because you don't share a language, but you get this sensation of defense. You attacked first, and you're back on the transporter pad. Captain, as soon as you hit the transporter pad, that wave goes away. You're fine.
Oh. That went better than Ulfric was thinking.
Sever his mind.
What the fuck? Where are we?
Back on the ship and passed out, and it looked like they were all going to attack.
Fuck. Good job, Commander. Good fucking job. Okay. Oh.
There are still countless crew on the surface of this planet.
Okay, everyone off the pad. We need to get... Ensign, what happened?
And like you kind of just like see Tila kind of in that dazed and confused, and there's like a slight, like her eyes are like about to barely brim with tears. Captain, I think we might have been the bad guys in this situation. I don't know how to explain it, but all that anger and that rage, it was coming from a place of trying to defend itself, and
Because we put the force field around it.
I might have had something to do. I think we may have gone too far.
Yeah. Sometimes that's something scientists have to be careful of.
There's also something else you probably should know.
What's that?
Before I beamed down to the planet, I had received a communique, and Beta.
I can... It's okay. You don't have to verbalize it. I can hear it. I can feel it.
So
and
it's like,
he's just going to grab the ensign in a very unconventional hug. Um, oh my god. Oh my god.
it's days like this. I wish I couldn't feel anything.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's an amazing place to take our break, guys.
I was going to say, Morak is going to turn to Pork and go, "Do you have any clue what's happening?"
I think that would be an amazing spot to take our break. It's a little early, but not too bad. And when we come back, we will deal with Lieutenant Hera and her running from the angry plants.
Parkour.
Waka waka waka. We'll be back. Bye. And we're live.
Welcome back, everybody. And yes, very emotional times as we went away. But we're actually going to start with Lieutenant Hera Noor.
Oh, okay.
Hera, what is your dex score?
80.
You get to act first. What do you want to do?
Parkouring the fuck out of this atrium.
All right, go ahead and roll me. What do you want to roll me?
Where's the parkour skill?
Dodge. I guess. Is there something else you can do? See anything else?
I'm looking. I would like something better than dodge. Really? No.
Ooh.
I mean, parkouring, maybe climb, maybe.
No, if that's the choice, I'll take dodge.
Jump.
Jump.
Jump. Dodge is still better.
I can't help you.
I put all my points into piloting the ship and punching people.
Well, this will give you an opportunity to raise those points.
yes,
Great.
that's
I
true.
guess I'm rolling dodge then. Okay. In just a sec. Write all my things on my notebook before I.
as response, as you're trying to dodge a massive root swinging at you.
Yep. Yeet. That is a 29 under 40.
All right, so you launch yourself off of a rock, and just go over. You jump over as this massive root just kind of swings towards you, and you're very close to the edge of the atrium. But now it's the entity's turn.
Mm-hmm.
It is going to attempt to have its roots grab a hold of your feet where you landed.
Yep.
So you get a response to that. Are you going to fight back?
I respond no.
Are you going to do a maneuver, or are you going to dodge?
Hera's first instinct and I'm going to preface this with saying she's not going with her first instinct because she knows she's fucked. She knows she fucked up. Her first instinct would be to take the glass cutter and cut the root, but she's not going to do that. She's going to just try and finesse her way through it, kicking up her feet as she goes. So I guess it's either another dodge or a jump.
Yep.
Or just a straight dex roll?
I feel like with how powerful my dex score is, that would be too easy. But I suppose that would be the GM's call.
Or is it just the right amount of easy?
I will go with a hard dex roll.
Okay. That would be, I have to get under 40 then? Because it's 80.
Yep.
Got that.
48. I'm gonna spend it.
All right.
gonna spend the
spending
8.
a lot.
Yep.
All right. So it actually still grabs a hold of you, but you're able to push yourself free and launch yourself towards the broken window. I'm going to give you 2 choices here now that you're at the broken window. You can blindly try and make that jump, continue through the window, which would constitute a luck check to see if you hurt yourself on the glass, or you can climb through the window, which is either a climb check or a dodge check. But if you do the luck check, it doesn't get a respond. If you do the dodge or climb check, it gets a respond.
Hera is wanting to get out of here as soon as possible. Her just innate instinct is to attempt to dive through the hole just to get out.
All right, go ahead and roll me that luck check. See if you cut yourself on the gas.
You know the luck I just spent, so my score is now lower. Yeah. 37 under 57.
All right, so you're able to get through, but you do see that the roots are starting to snake their way up. In addition, now that the rest of the crew is being beamed out, the massive amount of employees know exactly where you are and are crowding around you.
So I know that like the crew with the captain got beamed out. Are they now beaming everybody out?
They're cycling, but they don't have enough.
Okay, yeah, okay. I was just making. I was like, wait,
Yep.
Did we give the call to start beaming people out yet? That's fine.
So there's like what 4 transporters on a transporter base in a Constitution class, I think.
Well, this is a Galaxy class.
Or Galaxy class, yeah.
Actually,
But there's over 100 people on the planet's surface right now.
Hera's fine with that. The first thing, because she doesn't know that people are being beamed out yet. Her goal is to either get back to where the captain and the rest of the crew were, or if they're not there, then to head to the restaurant where they herded everybody else.
Okay. Currently, you would have to fight your way through people to get there.
I'm good at that.
Okay.
I don't want to hurt them. I'm mostly just trying to dodge and like push my way through them. I don't want to actually hurt anybody.
like subdue. To get there.
Like leg sweeps and body checks and
It's like, and I guess like you could have like maybe, because like I mean, if people are coming after her instinct is to fight. But I guess like she would probably need to make some kind of check to like insight, like whether or not they're blindly attacking her, or if they're actually coming at her with like actual intent. Like if she can gauge the difference, would actually differentiate what she
so
does.
it's still that glassy look on their faces, and just.
But Hera wasn't there for that part.
Right. So that's what you see from these people that you originally saw as animate. You see a glassy look and bodies pressing towards you.
If they're
staring
coming-
directly at you.
If they are coming at her like a zombie horde in a movie her mom showed her once, then she's not gonna hurt them. She's just trying to get through them.
Okay, so go ahead and roll me a fighting brawl or a fighting melee. I'll let you use fighting melee instead of dodge here because you are intentionally trying to like body check them out of the way and stuff like that. But they do get a response.
Okay. 19 under. Where's the score? 70.
Okay.
20 transporter rooms
Ooh, nice. They can do 5 people at a time.
located throughout the vessel.
6 people at a time.
Yeah.
All right. Roll me a luck check.
Me?
Sarah? Yep.
Oh. 44 under 57.
Okay. So you run up and you body check the first person, and you kind of like push your way through, trying to get by. But this is a horde. As they start just all grabbing you, and that is when the transporter beams you up. Since there are
Okay.
20 transporters, and an emergency transport order was initiated, it would be very quick that you got out of there. So yeah, you're on the transporter bay pad. But I'm not done with you yet, Dana. Because we're gonna go over to Dr. Hawthorne. I promised you some information, right?
Yeah.
As Dr. Hawthorne is wading through this data of all this information that they gathered about the plant life and the scans and all that, you notice something different. First off, they notice multiple entities and are able to isolate the entities of each one of these trees. You got that critical success I'm going to give you, or extreme success, I'm going to give you that. There appear to be one every 100 kilometers or so, 200 kilometers or so. And I'm sure Dr. Hawthorne would extrapolate from that each one is like a node that controls that area. There's something different about this node, though. The tree that Harrow is standing in front of is diseased. There's some sort of disease in it.
I mean, if there's a disease, Beck's first and only thought is to somehow extrapolate either a counter current or a cure for it.
Is Beck's specialty in xenobiology, or is it in like plant life? Alien life or plant life? What is
Plants.
okay? All right.
Why did I pull up Annabelle? Wrong offering.
It's beyond Beck's knowledge right now. You would need to have somebody specializing in both, or you'd need 2 people working on it. You'd need one specializing in plant life because it is a form of plant life, but another one specializing in medical or xenobiology or something like that.
Yeah, that's where it's a little weird because like we don't really have that option on the character sheet, but Beck's highest score is xenobiology.
Okay.
like legitimately, their highest score is a 70 in xenobiology,
Oh.
followed by 60 in medicine, and they have a 70 in analysis and a 60 in chemistry.
I will.
Wouldn't
I
natural
will.
world be like the botanist score, like skill?
Right.
Natural world is only 50 for Beck.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So.
Yeah.
So. They are actually like the perfect person to work on this. Then.
Yep.
It's somebody whose job is is botany, but whose interest is in xenobiology.
Because the way I always intended, Beck never wanted to join Starfleet until their siblings joined Starfleet, and that means going to space, which means aliens, which shifted their focus from pure botany to xenobiology.
Okay, then perfect. You're going to actually start working on that. So I'm going to need first. We will start with the xenobiology. Yeah. And this is going to take time. And if I remember correctly, Beck said went to the bridge to work on this, correct?
They can. I don't know if that it would take a lot to get Beck out of the med bay or the science office.
Okay, then
or
in
the
science,
arboretum.
Okay, so you're in your office working on this, and as you're working on this, just go ahead and tell me what you got for the xenobiology.
24 under 70.
So that is a hard success.
Yes.
Outstanding. You have made quite headway into it. You've kind of isolated how it medically works, but you're going to need other roles. We're going to actually cut to the other three. I'm assuming after you left the transporter room, you went to the bridge.
That would have taken some time.
Yep. You want to play that out?
Well, I think because I think the two of us would have been kind of in a like in a bubble for a few minutes, and one sec. As as the commander and lieutenant were kind of not sure what's happening, but I think
Can Annabelle ascertain that the stress that the two of them are feeling?
What is her?
Annabelle's a diplomat.
Probably, yeah. Like I mean, it's pretty self-evident, like that there.
Yeah, I mean,
there's something going on.
Morak is a pretty good manager and is going, these guys are not okay.
But I think for now,
Just
maybe
don't
we
know
should
why.
just, everyone who comes in through the transporter pads, maybe we should just usher them out of the room as quickly as possible and get them to their stations. If they're going through emotional distress, it might not be best to move them at this point.
All right.
Commander.
because I think I honestly I think Stotty would be holding on to the ensign for an extended period of time.
Mm-hmm.
So then Annabelle, who then like forces her sister to help her, starts just quietly ushering people out of the transporter room as they come in from the emergency beaming, like not letting people stay, and like watches the captain and the ensign are having their time. Is just like ushering people out and telling them to return to their stations.
Morak is going to stand between the captain and the ensign, looking very intimidating and growling at anyone who looks over that direction.
Yeah.
Mind your own business.
If you
Like
look past the very polite diplomat, then you get Morak, and that's not something that you want right now.
First wall, second wall. I think like while me and the captain are having this moment, I am going to mentally like tell him, like communicate with him, like, Captain, I know this isn't the time for personal matters. We've got something much larger to deal with, and a lot more people who need our help currently. But I did feel that you should know what was going on, and after what we felt, I think was feeling a little vulnerable. So I do apologize for putting this on you while we have this situation going on.
No, don't. This is part of being Starfleet. It's part of being a captain, part of being an officer on a starship. We do this for so many reasons, but we have to be able to handle everything that's thrown at us. This is just part of the job. But this is unprecedented. I don't even know how to feel about this. My mind can barely wrap around the idea of this. I've seen war, but that was always somewhere else. It's okay. It's okay to take a minute. But you're right. We have jobs to do. But never apologize for that. You did the right thing. I appreciate that. Okay, and like in that moment, you just kind of lets go of the ensign and looks around at what's happening. Oh, excellent! We're getting the crew off the planet. Cool. All right, officers, all senior staff to the bridge now.
All right. I think at that time Hera gets beamed up. She's in mid body check, so she kind of stumbles off the edge of the
ass over tea kettle.
I hate being beamed mid movement.
Oh,
her hair is in disarray. There are twigs coming out of her hair. Her flip-flops are gone. They got eaten by the atrium. There's like a rip in her crop top, like up this side, and her shorts are covered in dirt. She's a fucking mess right now.
Lieutenant?
Captain.
To the bridge.
Right away.
Morak will quietly bring up the rear just to make sure if anyone is like gonna fall over or something, that they can be there to like catch them and take them to sickbay where they belong.
Let me take someone to sickbay. Let me help.
You make it. What was the name of number 2 now?
Parks.
Parks. That's right. Parks has issued a yellow alert from the situation. It's up to you if you want to cancel that or upgrade it. But currently, the flashing yellow is going. It's just standard procedure when somebody calls for emergency transports. Um,
All right. Parks status report.
uh, we are currently 86% crew off the planet.
Okay.
There are a few people missing. We are currently running scans. I don't know if their comm badges got damaged or if
they're
lost
dead.
them. But we are currently making scans for. We are not
Okay.
finding anything, Captain.
All right. So I need Stoddy to Hawthorne. You know who I'm talking to. It's Doctor, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
they're a doctor.
That's what. Dr. Hawthorne.
Captain,
What are you finding?
I am currently in the works. It is going to take me a little bit more time and probably more of the medical crew as you can get them on board. But we believe that the main source of the electrical current, this large tree, is a node on the planet because there are several of them across the surface. But this one is different, and from what I can tell, it seems to be diseased in some way. We are attempting a cure.
Diseased. Okay. All right. You know, call that EMH in there. He's great. Okay. And yeah, keep me up to date. As soon as you know anything, let me know.
I will send updates to your panel, Captain.
Stoddy out. All right. So our force field was essentially seen by this what apparently is a diseased tree as an attack. Thoughts? I don't care how weird. Actually, weirder the better.
Do we know which came first, the disease or the force field?
I'd like to assume that the disease came first, but that's a good question.
The data that Dr. Hawthorne is analyzing, the information was gotten before the force field was used. So all the information they have is pre-force field.
This disease that we're made aware of now, do we know if it's affecting the locals in any type of way, seeing as how they seem to be of one mind, or they've been connected for so long, it's almost as if they're just one being?
That's what it seems like. It seems like the folks there are controlled by this thing.
I went in there with the assumption that possibly the tree was controlling everyone. That's why we attempted the force field, but my apologies. I didn't realize the extent of their integration. That is my fault, Captain. I'm sorry.
No, it's science is not a science. If you can catch that, We are always looking for the new thing, always looking for the next discovery, always wanting to analyze and find more. But um, to do that, we have to experiment. We have to hypothesize. We have to step in with questions and wonder. And sometimes those questions, those experiments have um, effects that we don't intend, unintended, results. It doesn't make the experiment wrong or bad. Um, because
Regardless of intent, the impact was a violence against this entity, and what our intent was doesn't change that.
no, I know what you're saying, but I believe intent is important.
Zoom chat. Um, I believe from everything that we've been discussing, I think the plant, the entity, or this plant, or whatever it is that's combined with the locals, is purely just acting in self-defense. And the only way it knows how to utilize its defenses is to throw the locals against us, unfortunately, until we can find some way to either separate them or to remind them of their own free will.
Remind me real quickly. Didn't I name the chief medical officer Richardson?
You named her.
I think so.
It's in my notes, session 1. Give me a second. I've written it down a few times.
I didn't write
now.
people's positions on their character sheets. I think I should have done that.
Her name
Nah,
is.
that feels like extra work.
Zodiac.
Was it in our first? Oh dang! I feel like did I not make a note of that? God damn it!
She stands up and goes, Captain, we are assuming that these people are infected in some way. Have we identified how these people are infected? And
Zelnick.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Lieutenant Commander.
Lieutenant Commander.
I think that would be a question for the doctor.
Should we begin scanning everybody? See if they are possibly infected as well.
Oh, and that's when Pork would pipe up. There's an extra enzyme. The people have an extra enzyme.
Can you send that data to me so I can modify my tricorder here, and then I can scan you and make sure that. Yes, Lieutenant.
Hera just raises her hands quietly. If you're going to scan anyone, you might want to scan me first, considering the direct contact with the plant entity. Just volunteering myself for that. Scan down.
Well, I was able to find the enzyme because I did scan the people there against our people on the planet. Of course, that could have changed in the interim, but that is how I found the enzyme.
Okay, let's go ahead and scan Lieutenant Nor then. Either you can scan her or you can
I'll
send me the
scan.
data.
It would be logical. What am I rolling here?
Let's go with computer use or medicine.
Medicine. Oh, we'll go with computer use. So that is. Oh, that's a. Okay, that's a 40 under 46.
You get that there is none of the enzyme are in Lieutenant Noir.
Okay.
There are traces of the enzyme on Lieutenant
on. Oh, interesting. Um, I'm finding the enzyme on the exterior of the lieutenant.
May I take a look at that data?
Of course.
And she grabs the tricorder and she starts. She's gonna do her work here.
Science.
Nerds.
Comparing the data from comparing the data from Lieutenant Pork's scan earlier and the scan of the enzyme on Lieutenant Noor.
Uh-huh.
The enzyme on Lieutenant Noor is inert.
Inert. Okay. What does that tell us?
It's not activated. It isn't trying to actively bind with her body. I guess the easiest way to put this, Captain, is whatever she was hit with, they were not trying to take control of her.
Oh. Oh. So this thing can infect with intent.
It appears so, Captain.
Huh. This thing is more diabolical than my first husband.
Shots
That's a
fired.
Stoddy lore drop.
All right. Well,
I will have to analyze the data even more to understand the enzyme and its purpose. And but yeah, I can get started on that immediately, Captain.
yeah. Why don't you can you take that information and meet up with Dr. Hawthorne? They seem to need some medical help.
Yeah, the botany aspect would greatly help me as well.
Yeah.
I will do that.
Excellent. Thank you, Commander. All right. What else?
Cap. Well, Captain, seeing as how, based on this new information, we also may need to try to get a better understanding of exactly the relationship between the locals of this planet and this tree. How exactly did this start out? If this tree has the ability to infect those around it with intention, as we now know, it would seem that these locals and there's they seem to be thriving. Some type of relationship would have had to form, or if this entity took over these people by force, you would think after, you know, a lifetime of being essentially I would say a puppet for this thing, the locals might have grown tired of it, but I didn't get a sense that they felt that they were being used. It almost feels like they think it's the other way around, that they're using the tree. And that's really not the case. It's like the tree's using them.
Yeah, this is where I'm confused. Where is this? What is the source of the fear, of the pain, of the loss, of the anger? Like, I get the anger, but like, are they using? Is it something? Okay, so are we? Maybe the people began to use, like, these nodes as power sources, these living plants and whatnot, and but these things are obviously have some kind of sentience. um and felt violated and, in response have connected and taken over the people? Or is it just the people are just victims here? I'm trying to figure out.
I want Lieutenant Pork to roll me a analysis check.
Okay.
Is the question here, is this symbiotic or parasitic? And if so, which is the parasite?
Right. Pork on analysis. That's a 61 under 69.
What
Nice.
Ensign Tia just described is a symbiotic relationship, not a parasitic relationship.
Okay.
Mhm.
Symbiotic. Symbiotic. So what does that tell us, folks? Commander, thoughts?
I mean, it could be like computer processors running in parallel. Makes the entire thing, makes the entire system run faster when you do that. If the tree is consenting and the humans are consenting, then
But somewhere, are we sensing that somewhere consent was lost, Ensign?
I don't think consent was lost. I think what started out maybe as being on equal footing, the over the years, the power dynamic started to shift, almost like uh not so much of a like
Is it possible that if this place had visitors, as it's always intended to, at least in the last little while, that someone visited and brought something here which corrupted the node, which then started the shift?
That's also a very good, good
the
idea.
possibility.
Jay, I want you to roll me analysis now because you're really close to
we're so close.
to a thing.
I feel like
and
we're
there's
pushing there.
one detail that I think would help.
That is a 14 under 33.
Okay, a hard
Nice.
success. The detail that I am going to give you in that analysis is your initial reading of these people. We're
The
eager
very-
to please.
Mhm.
The initial reading of the second entity was a need to please. It wasn't until the questioning that fear and a need to hide things started manifesting in the second entity in their brain. But the first entity never lied to you. So the actual people don't even know about the second entity in their brain.
What if I said, what if the locals didn't know exactly that the tree was alive?
That wouldn't surprise me at all. Because that's not a thing. Generally.
I mean, there have been some
Maybe-
records of sentient plant life.
Well, obviously. But, it's not a thing. And these folks seemed quite simple in the fact that they named the place finally. I wouldn't
Even
expect
then-
them to walk in and expect the trees to be alive. So
Right.
that's a fair analysis there.
Can I ask Stoddy a question?
Yeah.
Did these people name the place finally?
No, these
No.
are that's what
It was their
the progenitors of this
progenitors,
area.
yeah, right? So
This has been 100 years since they initially finally crawled their way to this planet. So this is like generations after.
right.
Fine. You said the people had named this place finally.
People who first landed here named it finally.
Who are
Previous,
no
yeah,
longer
no
around.
longer there. Yeah, the people before. So I mean, it wouldn't surprise me that they wouldn't realize that the tree was alive, or that these entities or things. So yeah,
Or maybe it's the tree that needs the people. Because it seems like the locals are. I said anything we've from what we've known, anything we've asked, they've been very accommodating. They've been very compliant.
yeah.
But what me and Captain, you felt it was the complete opposite, the complete extreme,
Yeah.
almost like a almost like a giving tree situation, just trying to give and give and give until you're just left with a stump.
So either they are wanting to have us be pleased so greatly as to not cause us to dig any deeper in order to protect the second entity that lives within their minds, or something about like people coming to this planet in larger numbers, and like something about what we give off when we are happy and ecstatic like does something for the environment. I don't know if either of those are true, but those are what's coming to my brain.
So what I'm what I'm getting at here is, or what I'm getting here is that um, that my jadedness and overly suspicious nature caused all of this.
Well, that's kind of a stupid way to look at it.
Oh,
Emotional damage.
oh, oh, say how you really feel.
Well, I'm just from
There
what
was
we're,
reason to be suspicious.
oh, I get that. I agree. You know,
It's egotistical to think that all of this is on you.
there it is. See, now you get me.
Mhm.
Now you get me.
So the more important question is, how do we help the people or the tree, not whose fault is this?
Right.
Do we send down a bucket full of happy people? Do we cure this tree's disease?
What if the disease is what is making the tree paranoid?
Well, that
You would-
is something. That is something that is actually scientific. You know, when you, if someone has a bacterial infection for, long enough, they start to become paranoid. It starts to affect their mind. So, yeah, um, I think our focus should be on curing the disease before we attempt to um, make another contact.
The captain, some of our people are still down there, and we don't know what's happened to them.
Right.
Also, it's safe to assume that if this tree is already distrusting of us to the point that it feels that we attacked it first, it might try to prevent us from helping it.
Right.
We need a translator.
Well, we do have a couple betazoids here. And I am a diplomat.
With all due respect, Captain, I know you like to run your ship this way. This part's talking about. But I don't think it's right to put yourself in that position again.
The other thing is, we've been talking about going back to the tree. Can we bring the tree or one of its people up to us?
Well, would that be seen as another attack? And
Probably.
if we take a person from the planet and bring it up here, would that
Risk
not
exposing.
sever its? Well, no, that also. But biofilters might be able to. Well, it didn't get rid of the bio, there. But anyway,
Is that
would
how
not,
we can help? Is that how we get the tree inoculated?
That's possible. I'm just concerned about the severing the connection and that person arriving unconscious.
We don't know how deep this connection goes, but if this, it seems like this has gone on for generations. They could be so embedded within each other that, well, it's like Captain said, we do more damage trying to take one and breaking that connection, which
Yeah.
would only then stand to make the tree
Make their
have
feelings
more
of
reason. Yeah, have more
paranoia,
reason
yeah.
to not trust us.
Yeah.
I would say usually in situations like this, when it's someone you care about, you give them what they need. But when it's someone you're trying to build a relationship of trust with, you give them what they want.
Okay.
So we send them down a bunch of happy people.
Well,
Or-
we send them a diplomat and our counselor and escorted by security so that we can do this diplomatically and of course secure our people. Thoughts?
I think without knowing what this being truly needs, it's all speculation. We know that the disease needs to be cured. We know that we need to make sure the safety of our people is also our top priority. We can only do that if we know exactly what this creature wants. Maybe not from us, but just in general.
Yeah. So we'll need to talk to it.
But also, Captain, if I may suggest myself and maybe some members of the security, maybe taking like portable, smaller versions of the electrical current barrier that Dr. Hawthorne created for ourselves and for any of the crew that would be still down on the planet. Because we don't know if they're dead, alive, or if they were slowly being taken over by this enzyme.
Right.
But we need to secure their safety.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it's not just crew, right? There are civilians down on the planet as well. It's not just crew. Right, Ryan?
The people that live there, that was the only civilians. Or
No,
no,
I mean-
yeah, families. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
members of families who are not.
When I'm saying
Starfleet.
crew here, I'm saying the entire complement of the ship.
Yeah, so it's not just officers within Starfleet, it is
Yeah.
civilians.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. So, so we're talking a two-prong approach. We're talking a diplomatic group and a security task force. Is that what I'm hearing?
And just as another warning, Captain, when I managed to escape the atrium, the roots of the inner sanctum were starting to bleed through the building, so there's probably extensive plant life in the actual building itself now.
Yeah.
Just as a fair warning.
Well, apparently, my second officer's not going to let me leave the ship, so it's all good.
I wasn't saying that, Captain. I'm just saying.
No, it's fine. I don't have to do everything.
I mean, I think Lieutenant Commander Dell would be a wonderful diplomat to take.
I agree.
I concur.
And they're chipper.
So chipper.
They are that.
Yeah.
We're going to cut over to Dr. Hawthorne. Dr. Hawthorne. The doctor has showed up. Did you activate the emergency medical hologram?
I did what the captain asked me to do.
So the emergency medical hologram is there as well.
They probably have steadier hands than Dr. Hawthorne does right now.
Why are you shaking?
I have not been asked to do this much ever.
You're in Starfleet.
I have anxiety.
I can help cure that.
I need to focus, not right now. And they immediately go back to work.
All right, I want you to roll me. Now you're going to have to roll me in the natural world. You succeeded on the xenobiology. In addition, EMH.
Yep.
If you are going to go a medical route, you can go ahead and roll medicine
Okay.
to see if you can get another tick on this going.
44 under 50.
Is a success.
I rolled a 1.
Dr. Hawthorne, you have identified the alien aspect of it. You have expertly, by the way, because you got a hard success that time. You have identified the plant-based, the similarities between diseases seen in plants and that you know of that are recorded in the database, and this disease that is affecting this plant with your other success. The EMH, on the other hand, looking over the data and analyzing the data, that Dr. Hawthorne has given you about the plants and all that, disease might not be the exact best word. Old age?
Senescence?
Senility?
Deteriorating from old age.
Oh.
It's dying from old age.
Dr. Shaky.
What?
Your your hypothesis of disease would be close, but this appears to be old age. This thing is dying from age.
Plants wilt.
They do, but generally not from old age, but from lack of resources. And this resource seems to be thriving on the kinetic energy between the people that live here, and it seems to thrive when there are more people around, which is why is that why they want people to come here so badly?
Oh,
Is there a way that we could artificially manifest that same type of energy in order to keep the plant life running, in order to keep the node alive, to keep it from wilting?
that's an interesting question.
Because when a plant dies, you give it more water, you give it more direct sunlight, or less direct sunlight, depending on the type of plant. And if the resource is dwindling because it is larger, it requires more energy. If the energy source that it has is deteriorating, is lacking, then what we need to do is to finalize what it needs, what type of essence or energy it requires in order to thrive, and then to manufacture that in a sustainable way so that this doesn't happen again. Because symbiotic relationships are important, and these people are so ingratiated into this environment that taking them out would be detrimental to their health and to that of the node. Oh,
So, determining the water that it needs is what we need to do.
and it seems to, and as hot as it sounds, this energy source seems to run on emotion, positive emotion. And I mean, plants do secrete pheromones in certain degrees whenever certain types of environments they're placed in. If we could isolate that for this specific plant life, for this type of xenobiology, then we could possibly keep this node, we could return this node to its prior state.
This is outside my expertise.
This will be done. We can do this.
All right.
Thank
Question.
you, Dr. Confidence.
What? No, it's just a state of fact. If you want confidence, talk to my sister.
Question. Are you going to inform the captain of this new data?
He requested it, so immediately.
Captain, your bings. It's a message from Dr. Hawthorne. It's all this information.
It needs... Okay, so emotions are its water? Is that what I'm reading here? Commander,
I think
can you make
exactly
sense of this?
what Dr. Hawthorne had put was that when people are happy and pleased, they excrete certain hormones that may be its food source. Am I right, Dana?
Yes, the pheromone secreted when a humanoid or sapient being is feeling content and above secretes a specific pheromone or hormone that is then translated into energy by the node and is transformed into energy. It runs on dopamine.
This is so cool.
You like this one, Maddie?
Well, Stoddy loves this shit because it's science, man. He is geeking out so hard right now. Okay, so how can we like, is there a way we could manufacture dopamine?
We do it all the time for medication.
Are you saying like, wait, so we pump the tree full of antidepressants and
The tree needs a serotonin reuptake inhibitor.
it'll continue to grow?
Captain, Chief Medical Officer here.
Yep.
We can actually set up a. We actually have a way to set up a replicator that could constantly be running. That's constantly
Feeding the tree dopamine.
pumping out dopamine.
Wow.
We do it all the time.
That's hot. That's so hot. I am so excited right now. Who needs diplomacy when you have science?
Well, Captain, that handles the problem of of making the tree healthy, but
Oh yeah.
our relation to a sentient being.
No, of course, but once it's not all like dying and whatnot, it'll definitely be willing to talk. Right?
Or we
that-
just leave and never come back.
What?
That would
No.
that would be an ensign counselor question, but yes. The counselor needs a minute.
Oh god damn it. Oh, I swear. So, Jay is the Abby of this particular Zoom chat.
That's it.
What the fuck is this message?
Oh.
What? What did I come back to?
Come? Oh no, I didn't see anybody come up.
Science talk.
It's very
Yeah,
good.
that's science.
It's botany. It's botany.
Back would beg to differ.
Hey.
Botany is a science.
It's botany and anatomy all mixed together. In a.
Are you gonna fuck the tree? Is that what I'm hearing?
Kind of like this entity.
Yes, exactly.
Ah,
It's the
All
most
I'm hearing is
relevant.
Stoddy's gonna fuck the tree.
It's the most relevant sentence in the
Hey.
entire Zoom chat.
Circle of life,
Yeah.
baby. Circle of life.
That's right.
So wait, are we now at the point where we want to make the tree orgasm to release those like
No.
good
no.
feeling inside?
No. We're not going to get the tree off, okay?
Just emotionally.
Yes.
You know.
And then we will
Oh,
we will talk to it and
Hold-
try
hold.
to reason and hopefully, we can explain our actions and our intent.
Commander Park speaks up. Captain, can I suggest a course of action?
Yes, please.
We send the device down with our negotiator.
Yep.
With the intent to bargain, possibly for the people's lives, if they're being held against their will. In addition, before we do that, if Lieutenant Commander Morak could possibly develop a miniaturized field inhibitor like used on the tree earlier for the away team that goes down.
I'm on it.
All right. You heard the man. Let's go.
Okay, so we're getting close to time, so I think I'm going to call it here because we would run over if we went on. But you have a plan, you have where it's going, and I'm so proud of you guys. That was amazing.
that was so good.
So
We just got a little wood. It's all good.
There it is.
There it is.
There it is.
So, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and call it a night here. What I want to do is everybody go around, say who you are, who you are playing, where we can find you, and your favorite part of the episode, if you have a favorite part. So, because I like to leave on high notes. Let's go backwards this time. So, Jay.
Oh, hi. I am Jay. I also go by Barda, depending on where you catch me. I can be found on the TikTok at jcourts5. Watch me do shenanigans and all that fun stuff. It's a thing I do. And also be friends with me on Discord. I believe it's like Big Barda 2092. I could be wrong about that. I'll fix it or be better.
2022.
Okay. And what was your favorite part?
Ooh, actually, so many. I I actually really enjoy the problem solving that we did at the staff meeting. Just having
Mhm.
like slowly working the pieces out from all these different angles until we kind of made this cohesive uh story or outline for ourselves what about the possibility of what this could be. I really enjoyed doing that with you guys.
Very Star Trekky.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I loved it. Yes. Thank you, Jay. Lieutenant Hera. Dana.
Hi everybody, I'm Dana. I played Lieutenant Hera Noor. I love her so much. She's ridiculous. But you can find me on the internet at Dana Lee B. On all the socials that I do, which is like Twitter, Discord, TikTok, Instagram. Things that I am on but barely use because I'm in school right now. I go to Turing. I'm gonna be a front end developer. It's gonna be wonderful. So that's pretty much what I'm doing right now, besides being here every Tuesday playing USS Solidarity or Ravenloft King of Ravens, and then every other Wednesday playing Legacy of Chaos, which is a Dragonlance 5e campaign. Because I almost forgot to say the things that I actually do on the channel because it's been so long and my brain is mush. But yeah, if you want to find me on the internet, I'll probably be crying about code. And my favorite part of the episode was coming back to asking about a hardness scale from spruce to oak in the Zoom chat. And also because I have a feeling that Lieutenant Dell is going to save the day with their happiness during this diplomat meeting.
Mm-hmm.
And
Thank you, Dana.
Dell will be like all oak.
Which is really sad considering the last time they played, they were really upset that their tactics weren't working. So it was the first time seeing Dell be upset with themselves about it not working.
Yeah.
So we have to get through that first.
I can't wait till he watches this episode because I think he is going to be so upset that he missed it. Because this was would have been a perfect episode for Dell.
It's the perfect spot. Come back, Del. We miss you.
We miss you, Sam. We love you.
All right, thank you, Dana. Ulfreg.
Hello, I go by Ulfrings on the interwebs, where I'm kind of stealthy. So at the moment, you can basically find me here every other Tuesday on So Many Games and the Chatty Fam Discord. And soon you will be able to hear my lovely sonorous voice on the Truth Be Rolled podcast, which mashes together actual plays and true crimes, trying to figure out who done it behind all of the official narratives after the party leaves. So we'll have announcements when that's coming out when we know. My favorite moment tonight, it was a combination of the two. The less selfish one is absolutely loving everything between the captain and Tila. And that moment of silent communication, especially, and you don't have to verbalize it, I just know. And then that moment of I got you between them. Genuinely heartwarming and amazing storytelling there.
All right. Thank you, Ulfrig, and the captain.
Hey, what's up? I'm Maddie, aka So Many Games. I use he, him pronouns. I'm the dumb ass whose name is on the channel and who, play some games and run some games. Yeah. I'm also a graphic artist and, have a store and all that good stuff. You can go to linkpop.com, I think it is. I always forget. It's something because I have the store, the Shopify. I get this thing. It's like a link tree, but it's different. It's Linkpop. I think it's linkpop.com/so many games, and you get all my links and stuff. Or just go to my Twitter because it's there. And my favorite moment. Oh boy, that's a difficult one. I would say. I would say the all of the role playing that we had to do with ourselves tonight. was,
So let me get this straight. Your favorite part was playing with yourself.
exactly getting to play with myself and watching somebody else play with themselves. You know, because I'm a voyeur as well. What can you do? Anyway, so this has been the dirtiest game I have ever played, and I'm loving
The
it.
chat has been banana cakes.
Oh,
And don't you
Oh.
worry, we can top that.
oh,
I don't know.
and
I
bottom
still think
that.
I still think that midnight chat,
Switch it
that
up.
midnight
Both.
game that me and you had was worse.
Well, that was way worse.
That 3 a.m. game or whatever it was.
That's a bunch of nasties.
But then again, like it was like we did this late night um, game of, God, it was like that. What was the it was a one page, and it was the sexy battle wizards. That was the dirtiest game we ever played on this channel ever. You know, because
That's amazing.
it was late at night, so filthy, and so much fun. You know, as you do, and I'm sure you can find it in the archives of things. Just have to look for. It was a extra life, you know, because that's what we do. We get stuck with the late games. You know, we're not doing that anymore. No more overnights. We've learned our lesson. We're too old for that.
All right. Thank you, Maddie. And I'm Ryan at Bayleg Maradin on Twitch and Twitter. You can find me on this channel, exclusively on this channel. So you can find me every Monday, either running Dr. Where the Fuck or running Hide Family Values, which was awesome last night, or running this game on Tuesdays. I actually ended up having to drop Ravenloft, so I won't be continuing in Ravenloft, but I will make you all cry one last time. Me and Jeremy have been discussing how my character is going to leave, and it's going to be amazing.
I hate you.
I know. Every Thursday, you can find me either running Call of Cthulhu Season 7, The Loft, or soon I will be playing in Call of Cthulhu Season 8-ish, which will be a Dark Ages Call of Cthulhu set in the Spanish Inquisition. So, and I think we're still looking for players for that. Pretty sure. So that's going to be fun. And then every other Sunday playing in Maddie's Amazing, Dragonlance, Dragons of Rebirth, where I play everybody's most hated Knight of the Sword, soon to be everybody's most hated dead Knight of the Sword. So it's going to be fun. Although, you know what? Maddie just gave me abilities and weapons. I can do like 164 points of damage in one turn if the dice roll right. So,
Aren't you guys level 8?
yes.
What the fuck?
How was that
But
a thing?
We're
Yeah,
also
They have to kill an ancient dragon, man.
yeah. I have to kill an ancient dragon and Lord Soth. So
I'm not killing Lord Soth.
I'm not killing Lord Soth.
Yeah,
I just got to stop his army. So yeah. So come check that out. I do want to say one more thing, and I had actually asked to do this at the beginning of the game, but I decided I wanted to do it at the end of the game. So I wanted,
Don't apologize.
Okay, let me rethink how I'm going to say it then.
Okay.
I am going to commit to you all that this rash of my games being canceled is going to come to a close. I'm coming back. This is my mental health. This is what I do. This is what's fun for me. This is what centers me. So you will see a lot more of the games that I run on this channel making their mark. Okay? I want to commit to you.
Well, that is a lovely sentiment, and we all want more Ryan. But none of us can commit like that, you know, because things happen. Now, you needed some time. Obviously, there were a couple days there I needed some time, like and cut the cord on a couple things myself. Um, this happens, like um, while these games do definitely help my mental health, they help Ryan's mental health. Sometimes we need to not play them to help our mental health. Sometimes. Even when it hurts our mental health not playing. It's a weird paradox. I know, but it happens. Um, and it's okay, you know. We're going to commit to putting on ridiculous games when we're here. That's what we're going to commit to, and we're going to commit to loving your faces in all the right places, right? Yeah, and also, what we should always commit to is remembering this: Black Lives Matter, trans rights are human rights. Stop Asian hate. Stop telling people with uteruses what the fuck to do with them. It's not your uterus, all right? Mental health is health. Free the fucks. And when given the choice, when given the opportunity, choose love. Because love is all you need. Well, and butts. You definitely need butts. And we should definitely need to raid somebody. And oh shit, there it is. Our good friend JB, Jason, Casey Caffeine Gaming is on right now. So we're going to go raid them. And you can catch them on the aforementioned Dragons of Rebirth, playing the most adorable, shape-changing, not childs. So here we go, rating them now. Love you. Bye. Oh, Lamar. Darn. I love you, Lamar.
That's what he gets for being late.
Yep.
And where's my
I don't care that he had a podcast tonight or a stream. He had a stream tonight.